Healthy versus toxic communication. Ava and Jordan had been together for 3 years. From the outside, they looked perfect, matching gym outfits, cute Sunday selfies, and a shared love for late-night shawarma runs. But behind closed doors, something deeper was happening. Part 1. The toxic side. They didn't notice it started small. When Jordan came home late, Ava would say, "You never think about my feelings." When Ava forgot to reply to a text, Jordan would say, "You always ignore me." Everything became never, always, and blame. Little misunderstandings turned into heavy arguments. Raised voices, cold shoulders, long silences. Nights they slept back to back, feeling inches away but worlds apart. One evening, after a long day, Jordan sighed. "You're too sensitive. I can't say anything without you exploding." Ava's voice cracked. "And you're too cold. I feel like I'm alone even when you're right here." Instead of listening, they defended. Instead of pausing, they reacted. Instead of understanding, they attacked. They loved each other, but their communication was tearing them apart. Part 2. The moment everything changed. One night, after a particularly painful argument, Ava locked herself in the bathroom and cried quietly, staring at her reflection. She didn't want to lose Jordan, but she didn't want this version of their relationship either. Jordan sat outside the door, leaning against it. He didn't knock. He didn't yell. He just whispered, voice shaky, "Ava, I don't like who we're becoming." Silence followed. But this time, it wasn't cold. It was honest. Ava opened the door. Her eyes were red, but her voice was steady. "Then let's fix it. Together. But we have to learn how to talk, not fight." Jordan nodded. "For us, I'll try, even if it's hard." Part 3. Learning healthy communication. They didn't magically change overnight, but they made promises, real ones. 1. They stopped blaming and started owning their feelings. Instead of, "You never understand me," Ava said, "I feel overwhelmed when I don't feel heard." Instead of, "You're too emotional," Jordan said, "I get confused when emotions get intense, but I want to understand." The shift? Huge. Soft. Human. 2. They listened to understand, not to attack. When Ava spoke, Jordan stopped interrupting. He sat beside her, nodded, asked questions. And when Jordan expressed his fears, Ava didn't roll her eyes. She held his hand. She listened to his silence as much as his words. 3. They took breaks when conversations got too heated. Not to avoid conflict, but to keep from hurting each other. Ava would say, "I need 5 minutes, but I'm coming back." And she did. Every time. Jordan would breathe before responding. Not to suppress emotion, but to avoid reacting out of anger. 4. They expressed appreciation more than criticism. Little texts. "Thank you for checking on me today. I love how safe you make me feel." Small things, but small things heal. Part 4. The new version of us. Months later, they sat on the same couch where they once had their worst arguments. But now, Ava's feet were in Jordan's lap, and Jordan's arm wrapped around her shoulders. They still disagreed sometimes. They still got frustrated. They were still human. But now, conflict didn't feel like a battlefield, it felt like teamwork. Ava leaned her head on Jordan's shoulder. "Healthy communication feels peaceful," she said softly. Jordan kissed her forehead. "And peaceful feels like home." Ava smiled. "We might not be perfect," Jordan finished the sentence for her. "But at least now we talk like we're on the same side." And they were. Finally,